Former Social Development Minister Bathabile is defending herself as her perjury trial continued in the Johannesburg Magistrate's Court today. The charges relate to alleged lies she told under oath during a constitutional court inquiry into the social grants saga. Manqoba Mchunu is following the story for us. He joins us now live. So let's start with a bit of context on this particular one and why the minister is facing this charge of perjury.
Well, indeed, Shahan, the charges we do know at this particular point relate to a testimony at the inquiry in 2018 looking into a role in the social grants debacle. And at this particular inquiry, which was a Section 38 inquiry instituted by the Constitutional Court and headed by retired Judge Mwepe, it was looking specifically at the role that she played in the whole SASSA payments debacle and why the payments would not be taken in-house by SASSA. You recall that at that particular point, the Constitutional Court, Shahan, on the 11th hour, had to actually grant the cash payment master services an illegal contract to continue paying those social grants because simply of the fact that the department was not ready to proceed with those grants, and therefore the Constitutional Court ordering that there should be an investigation to look at whether the minister at all had any role in this particular debacle. But you recall that during that particular inquest, that was held, there was a finding to the effect that the former minister had been evasive in her responses and that she had lied under oath during that particular hearing. And the Constitutional Court then finding later on that she should be held liable for some of those charges, and that in fact the NPA should then investigate whether or not there was a charge of perjury that should be instituted against her. So that's where we are currently. That charge has now been brought forward by the NPA and she has to answer to those allegations.
Yeah, so the minister is now making a case for discharge. What are her arguments?
Well, Shahan, what you do understand at this point is that the defense had launched this particular application during the last appearance here in court on the basis that they argue that the state's case against Bathabile is weak and that there really is no evidence that shows that she intentionally lied under oath. In fact, they're saying that the state has failed to show or to prove beyond reasonable doubt that Bathabile had in that particular inquest misrepresented facts. They insist that if at all she did mislead that particular inquiry, it was because of the fact that she did so unintentionally and that it was not really her intention to lie before the judge. But in terms of the defense, they're also saying that the state or let me just correct that, Shahan. They're saying that the state has also failed to show the extent in which Bathabile had in fact lied to that particular commission, insisting that the claims that were made that she was part of those work streams were not true, and that the state's only witness that was brought here to this particular case did not really pinpoint where that lie was. In fact, they say that he also supported the version of Bathabile that she was also not involved in the work of those work streams. But take a listen to how they advance that argument in court.
There is no such evidence. The state called Mr. Magwaza, who testified under oath, and as I will demonstrate, did not support any of the allegations set out in the charge sheet. In paragraph 5, bullet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it is alleged that it is common cause that the said Mr. Thokozani Magwaza at some stage raised an issue with the work streams reporting directly to the accused. The way the statement is phrased, it might be misleading.
All right, we'll leave it right there. Our reporter Manqoba Mchunu following that story for us.